So what or whom do you know to be God? Seeing that it is many of the little G's and the big G, would you be considered polytheistic, monolithic, atheist? Well, not atheist, of course. You already, you told us that, like, yeah, God exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like, would you, do you feel like you have one power, one force that you operate in that you come to, or is it a body? Is it more than one? Like, what's behind it?
From me growing up with the Bible, I know that there is gods, but for me, I am monotheistic because I pray to one, and that is the ultimate grand architect of the universe, of the start, the beginning, the alpha, the omega. So my thing is, besides religion, the practice of speaking to that God,
Relationship.
yes, that relationship. My spiritual journey with God is through that of Jesus, and me just talking to God as a father, friend, homie. You know what I'm saying? Confidant. The one being that I can go to that won't switch up on me. As a child, I didn't have any brothers or sisters, so all I had was God. And my mom was a disciplinarian, great mother, but she always told me that even when I'm not whipping your ass, God could whip your ass. God sees, God sees all. You know what I'm saying? And that led me into a life of just consciousness of, even if I knew I was about to be on some bullshit, God saw it, and it turned into me not being a crash out, but me accepting, like, all right, I'm about to go chill with her. Even though I might not should have, I'll take that karma. You know what I'm saying?
Reckless, you gone.
Yeah, like I was able to kind of be like, I could deal with this, versus, you know what I'm saying? Not like I say, but I pray to one God. I pray to one God, and that God I should never be able to touch that God, the grand architect of the universe.
Okay, so you familiar with the verses and scriptures dealing with the Tower of Babel, Nimrod, Gilgamesh, and all that? Because I see the reference when you just said I should never be able to touch that God. So it came to a point where humans felt as though they could become God and they're going to be God. And God knew that we had the ambition to do so, that we're going to go up. We're going to go as high as we can,
Fallen
even
angels.
now, right? And even now we see it with, like, you got CERN. You know about CERN?
No.
Okay, so CERN is in Switzerland. It's literally, they have the particle accelerator machine. They cut it on every now and then. They smash particles together. They're dealing with, like, physics, quantum physics, and stuff like that. In other words, they opening up doors. Portals, they mixing particles and matter, just like we started the conversation off about matter.
Right.
So it came to the point where it's like they tapping into a more and more divine, higher level things. Right. Because these are higher frequencies, higher dimensions, So it just brings me back to that reference overall of us when we get so bigged up on our own knowledge or fallen angel knowledge, they often reach,
Yeah.
It's often to go up and be God.
Right.
Overall.
Right.
So do you feel, would you say you call yourself God?
Hell no. About to say shit. I was fucking up trying to find this place.
Because I hear a lot of people when they say they God. I know some say it because they mean they an extension of God, like they a limb of God.
Yeah.
But I believe some have that point that they are in their ego so much to the point that I am God. Like I create my reality.
Nigga, you ain't got no job. What do you mean you God? Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas out here struggling talking about that. No. It's a big separation. Like, yeah, you are a piece of God, but even Jesus wasn't God, because God is that great.
That's when you get humble.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll get humble quick.
That's what I'm saying.
You see it a lot all the time, especially when they be like mocking God.
Bro.
In the industry and everything as well.
Yeah.
It's like people would claim to be such a divine, high level individual.
I can't even
But they're
say
dealing
that.
with the smallest things that's breaking them down. You can't even control this part and aspect of your life that's wreaking havoc on you, but you already claiming so much that you are God, that you have all the power. The moment that you believe you have all the power, you lost your power because you didn't realize it was assisted to you.
You know
it
how
was
much
poured into you.
You know how much work you got to do to even think that you're God. You can't fuck up.
You got to be Elon Musk.
You know what I'm saying?
You got. It's perspective when it comes to how much power and influence you have, how much money you make, how you can come and buy politicians, and you can buy your way through certain doors, and you know that's what make these people feel as though they God. You know, they might be little G God on earth, not even the divine level, but from a mundane level, it's like compared to all of us,
100%. But my thing is, a God can't die. Not even just the whole mental, but even if God chose to be physical, God couldn't die. Because the thing is that God is so alpha, so omega, so balanced, so this, that, omnipresent. How can you be omnipresent? That's the point. How can you always been there and not there and still here and know and do and can? You know what I'm saying? No, you can't, bro.
So I wonder why people just can't come to the reality of, like, it's like they feel like they're being robbed if they don't claim it for themselves. Like, I am God.
Because the thing is,
why can't you be a part of God or be the manifestation of what God is?
Because when you don't know yourself, you don't know your place. And there's I want to shout out to my brother Jamin. Always told me, ain't nothing more horrible, nothing worse than a motherfucker that do not know their place. That the general wants to be king just because he got an army. But you don't got the influence that could, or the love that could bring everybody together.
Everybody have a role within the army.
Exactly.
Same for your crew.
There's ranks.
There's ranks.
But just because that you sleep with the gun all day, I should be king. Like, no, you can't do that, bro. The jester want to be the king. No, you can't. Everybody gotta. You feel me?
You gotta wear the clown hat, not the crown.
Exactly.
You gotta wear the clown hat.
Exactly. But everybody wants.
You good at making people laugh.
Exactly.
The king is good at laying laws and rules.
Exactly. You know,
we got roles.
Exactly. Everybody got roles, bro. So that's the issue when it comes to everybody wants to be God, is that everybody doesn't respect their place, and that ego eats at you, or you're just trying to grab on to anything. Another thing is how you know another motherfucker that don't really know who he or she is when they continue to use other people's rhetoric. That's God tell me something that I never heard before. Yes. God laid stuff on me that I never heard before.
Okay, so did you see the debate between Wes Huff and Billy Carson?
Hell to the no. What is that?
You know who Billy Carson is?
Is he a singer?
No. So Billy Carson, he you know, he be on YouTube, he be going around speaking and stuff like that with all the conscious individuals and all that. He was supposed to be a professional on things of ancient texts, like, you know.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Dark skin nigga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the Book of Thoth, you know, all the Egyptology.
Okay.
Dealing with the Egyptology and the aliens, the Anunnaki and all of that. So he had a debate with Wes Huff. Wes Huff was a biblical scholar in ancient texts. So they had a debate. It came to a point where Billy lost the debate. He got in his ego. Before the night even ended, he went to Doghouse, knocked on the door, told him to delete the thing and all of that. It just, through the whole situation, just to sum it up, it was like, it showed that be mindful of who you target when it comes to like dealing with God overall. Because you can pump out and push out false doctrine and false beliefs.
False prophets.
And exactly. So false prophesying and all of that. But once you strike, like I said when we was talking about mocking earlier, when I said like the entertainment industry, every time they come and they mock, they get destroyed overall. In
due time. Because God is nothing to be played with.
So to even call yourself God is a form of mockery.
It's a form of mockery and disbelief. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's a form of disbelief, because my thing is that, you know, that disbelief that some people, just because they have to, you know, not everybody is as blessed as you, Ray, to the point that they could understand and overstand emotions and spirituality. They don't get that shit, bro.
Or they don't want to. Red pill, blue pill.
They don't
Some
want to.
Some people comfortable in the world that they plugged into.
Because they're worldly people. They care about what he, she, they are doing. You know, and when you don't, getting back to when you don't know yourself, you don't have a mission. You don't have a certain goal. Everybody's goal, yeah, everybody wants to get to that place, wants stability, the place, the car, the family.
That's all the material.
That's so fucking basic, bro. How do you not have a girl or a dude? You're the problem. I'm sorry, you're the problem. Cause it's easy. It's easy. Be a good fucking person. Wash your balls. Wash your ass. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking about you all the time. Ask about him or her.
Ooh.
Easy money.
Self-centeredness.
Yeah, bro. You gotta
self-centeredness. That's one thing God taught me about, like, just being self-centered. The reality of knowing where you stand as far as your morals go, and rather you are a good person that reflect the high qualities of the Most High, is rather you are taking in or putting out.
Yep.
And I recognize that I'm a generator. You know?
Yep.
I'm a generator. I put out more than I take in. That's why I love to be a creator. You know? I love to create. I love to serve. And that's what we are. A lot of us are put here to do. Some people take in and they transmute it and pass it along. Others just emit it. You know? Others just drain it.
Bro.
Like you just drain it like you got a shortage in your core. And you just, like, that's like putting a bad battery in your car.
Debbie Downers.
Draining the terminals and everything. You just drain it out. And it's all about knowing and standing in which position you're going to play. Like, I'm a generator. So I'm here to emit. I'm here to put out. We got to figure out what it is we're here to do, especially for God overall. And if you don't know your purpose, it's time to lock in and find out.
Man, fine.
Because
get the fuck
like
out.
I say, we can get all the money.
Okay.
You can get the cars. You can have the women. You can
That's
have the men.
easy.
You can have all the material stuff for real. And still not have no real value or really find that true happiness within you because you have not tapped into that divine level of self. That's only fulfilled and going, hey, you feeling good when you tap into it.
Yeah.
That's how God operates.
If you...
But you can get all this stuff today and be gone tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like now that we have that consciousness of how technology changed, how so much has changed, we have seen and heard that story a million times. The problem is that what I do empathize with a lot of people, especially viewing, is that bullshit is custom for you. Yo ass. Yeah, you. Okay? We both can have car troubles. Engine is messed up. See, I just need a tune-up. You might need a whole new engine. So I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Shit is hard. And you feel like you're the only person and only being in it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you telling the truth. Now, how do you get out of it? Well, work. You know what I'm saying? Planning. Patience. If
Giving it up to God.
Giving
letting go
it up.
And letting God.
Yes. Letting go. Exactly what you was talking about. Letting go and letting God.
Having that faith.
Yeah, having
that faith. It's the energy behind it, you know? Because it's all intentional.
Yep.
So when you have that faith, you literally create that energy and you put it out in the world. Like, I know people like to talk about the universe, the universe. Oh, give it up to the universe. Give it up to God so God can pour it through the universe because God created that universe.
Once again, how is people praying to something that, you know, that didn't even create, the universe didn't create shit. It's God.
The divine creator is outside of the universe.
You know what I'm saying?
Outside of it.
And then people,
and within it all.
Omnipresent.
Yeah.
And another thing too, for all the you was talking about Bill Myers or whatever, Billy Carson.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah, exactly. The singer, his singing ass talking about, you know, God this and God that. And what may be and what may not be. My whole
he pretty much he said Christ never got crucified. The Bible
Blasphemous.
And all that stuff. The Bible.
This has been proven.
It hasn't been proven and stuff like that. So like I say, that's when Wes Huff came and brought the archaeological, the historical, the ancient texts, the facts. And he couldn't handle the debate. The way he acted afterwards, just like the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar situation, it was just a repetition. And you could see the ego. The ego.
He was finally wrong.
The ego because you got the ego because you got flipped on your head and didn't like it, you know. So that's
been doing that to everybody else, but I can't be wrong. That's the thing. That's that.
And we all are wrong at times.
Why do human beings think that they have the right to know God? And I don't want to pray to a being that I could touch. Because then what I need you for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could touch you like this, I'm not talking about the technicalities of the situation that be. I'm talking about if I can literally just touch God. If not even, it's a blessing to talk to God. But if I can't, why would I pray to something that is mortal?
All right, so look, I'm
not talking about how Jesus to me,
that's different. That's
God.
An immaculate conception.
You know what I'm saying?
You say Jesus not God?
I don't know. Jesus isn't God.
This, I believe, I got to immediately go to immaculate conception just to point out the difference between when somebody says a regular human. Mm-hmm. Christ is not a regular human because
he's not.
Who has came through the womb without a father have been in that.
Correct.
You know? So I believe the divine creator outside of this reality breaks down into different various forms that we are able to comprehend and understand.
With all senses.
Right. So so that's why you have...
He had to come in the physical form.
So look, that's why you have a Ruach HaKodesh. That's why you have a Holy Spirit. Because we are spiritual beings.
Right.
So how can we be transformed in the spirit without identifying with the divine spirit? How can we transform and be better as human beings without having an example set of someone to follow to teach us the ways, how it's possible as a man? You know, how can we even perceive and understand such divine precedence without the examples being given to us? That's why you have the formations of, okay, Christ. What other person do you know perform such miracles? What other person do you know, like I say, came through the womb?
Yeah. Now, there was a lot of people in the Bible.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Very crazy miracles.
But that's why I'm going to back it up with more.
Yeah.
We ain't just talking miracles.
But
how many people died and came back?
About 3. Lazarus was one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was a couple more, but like I say, I need to read my Bible.
Now we build it. Now we stacking.
But Lazarus wasn't. He wasn't really shit. What he like he didn't really do nothing. He was kind of an example of what God could do.
Example, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Because we are all examples.
Forgive me, Lazarus.
You understand this?
Right.
We are all examples of what God can do because God reflects and shows through our being.
I see where you're going with that.
Right.
So just like with Jesus, to me, Jesus
was who you will call your spokesperson,
your brother,
your intermediary, your ambassador. Right. Not just your brother, but also your leader. If you were in the army, that was also your captain or your leader.
Right.
That was also your mentor.
Right.
And so many other things.
Because he used divine energy correctly.
Right.
He didn't fuck up.
Right.
That's pretty much his thing.
So
he did it right. His actions never fell on the sin missing the mark spectrum. Right. He never missed the mark. That was his thing. He proved that love can destroy the Roman army, the most powerful army in the world during that time. And that was his thing. So like, yeah, we all have a piece of God in us. But my thing is to take away from that ego, even though that you're able to impress yourself, there's still somebody doing better because there will always be a Jesus. It will always be a Michael Jordan. It will always be a Michael Phelps. That is the pinnacle of what we've seen today. You know what I'm saying? So he was that example that we all needed. This is how you walk without sin.
So do you think God would never come in the flesh?
He did. Jesus.
But you just said you don't think Jesus is God.
But because in that form, he wasn't God personified. He was a man utilizing God's energy.
He was God's reflection.
He was God's reflection.
He was a portion of God poured into this world.
And we all have that energy, that life, that spirit, dose. Small dose. But he uses, but the thing is about that dose is that since we can teeter and we're born into sin, the more righteous we become, the bigger our spirit of divine energy expands as well. Because we all came out in this bitch crying. But some people use that same energy and it goes into its passions. Passions meaning drugs, alcohol, digressive means, worldly behaviors. And then some things go into community, love, sacrifice.
So you understand the importance of a father?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand the importance of a father. You understand that Christ did not have a fleshful father, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all got fathers.
Yeah, Joseph.
That wasn't his fleshful father.
Yeah.
That was his adopted father.
Father's a father.
Yeah, but this is what see, now I'm about to tap into the understanding of the genetics.
Right.
You know, the understanding of things that pass down.
Mm.
You feel me? So it's a difference on what passed down.
Are we talking about
Immaculate Conception passed down? You know, in lots of ways, we are reflections of our ancestors.
In lots of ways, I think everywhere.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes it skipped generations too, you know? Like I say, it's a lot of the traits I might have got from my grandparents or my great-grandparents that I didn't get from my parents.
Right.
Because some stuff skipped. So when I observe that, I just see that's another big difference between what we would consider ourselves, because I see anytime people come to attack and you know, rebuke what it is that is said about Christ, they often say he's a man. What defines a man?
Mm.
Is it your organ? You know? Is it your male part? Is it the masculine energy? Mm. What defines you being a man? You know? Is it because he identifies as he, this and that? I think on that level you got to reflect and look at the divine side of it, because God, the one who told you what was a man and what wasn't. So I'm still stuck with the.
I say, if you can continue to speak on that, because that's fire. That kind of has me stumped, because I feel like I was going to give a worldly view of what a man is, and you were tapping into exactly what I feel like everybody else needs.
That's a divine individual. So I always have to, you know,
somebody with that light that leads.
But that is the light, the way, the truth, and the life. You know, Christ is the light overall. We out here just carrying torches, you know. Yeah. We out here carrying torches or being false lights. There's a lot of false lights, false prophets, deceivers, things of that nature. Even Satan, or whatever names you want to go by, Baal, you know, whichever, Lucifer, whichever names that were.
He said he was beautiful.
Right. But it was all a re-rock and an imitation of that which it really is, you know. Christ is Christ. This man's right here on the other side is walking in StefanXIX, you know, bringing StefanXIX to the world.
Bars.
You feel me? Look, it's just, you just got to identify and understand that. I see Christ as a divine being. I would never just say that's a man, because I can look at you and look at it. Otherwise, we don't know what a man is. I can look at you and look at me. We're going to either call ourselves man and pull him out of that topic, you know, or we're going to call him man and realize we don't know what we are. Either way it go, we can't correlate in the same conversation. Like, it can't happen. It can't happen, you feel me? So that's going to lead me to the next question, especially because I know you in the quest for understanding. You on the quest for information, spirituality, knowledge, and knowing. So, you know, you are in a brotherhood, right? You in an organization, correct? So what was your purpose in joining the lodge as a Mason?
My purpose for joining the Masons was searching for how to be an exemplary man on this earth. I always been one. I think that's a better answer. I always been one. I found my kin of people that were searching for enlightenment, searching for the enlightenment of bettering thyself.
Okay. And do you feel like you was led there because, was it an aspect of you being an only child?
Yes.
because I often see people that are only childs, they join a lot of fraternities and things of that nature. Like I got people I know I went to school with, college, they in different fraternities. They were only child as well, or they didn't have friends growing up and things of that nature. So that's what pretty much was another thing that would have led you to it.
I think, you
wanted a soul tribe, or you wanted some brethren of right?
I mean, for me, I'm around a lot of women, and I think for a lot of men that I'm around don't seek knowledge. They're other than you and probably one other brother, my brother Jamin, I'm not really around a lot of men that are, I'm not going to say that's not open to growth and not just becoming a more knowledgeable, full-rounded human being.
Right.
So I was always on that type of person, and going back to just like watching those superheroes, that Dragon Ball Z, those superhero movies, the Batmans, the Supermans, the Spider-Mans, that they were always in a state of service for somebody. That sometimes that they did their deeds in the dark, in the light of everybody else. Nobody knew their real names. They just.
But that's the honor in it. That's the way we supposed to operate and move.
Right.
You know? Just like when you fasting, when you like, for example, Drake made that video, God's Plan. In the whole video, he giving out money, right?
And we know it. And it don't feel right. It didn't feel right. Not saying that he's not a good person or a dope ass artist.
Did it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, that wasn't something I would do. I don't think we both would do. But, for anybody else, that may have, I mean, if, like you said, that it's the intention at B, but also it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Because that could affect into a positive thing that make other people do it for a positive reason, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving them too much or whatever. But the reason at the state at hand is that I wanted to be my greatest version. And I found a group of people that want to do the same. And we help each other do that. So that searching for that type of family, for the type of man I wanted to become, and get to see older men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, 70s who've done it, beat it twice, still becoming it. It's dope to be around.
Okay, then that's going to lead me to the next one. Let's see. Overall, joining it, like, did it garner towards community, finance, social connections, clout, popularity, knowledge? Like, what was the full enlightenment? Like, if you quote unquote the enlightenment, was it the knowledge? Like, because you say you walk with Christ, right?
Yes.
Christ is the light. Yeah. So that's the illumination, regardless. You know, that's the enlightenment, regardless. So what further enlightenment are you diving into? That you did not get outside of Christ.
I can't really talk about that.
Okay.
But I would just say that I'm not trying to divert completely the question, but because there's certain things I just can and won't ever talk about. But there's a Holy Bible, Masonic Holy Bible. So the thing is, I just want to tell everybody, being a Mason is nothing. When you have a vast of millions of people connected to a fraternity, just like Alpha Phi, Gamma, all the other shits like that. Greeks. There's good, all the Greeks. There's good people. There's bad people. There's good brothers and sisters. There's bad brothers and sisters. There's people that's in fraternities that have killed people. There's people in fraternities that have helped other people get jobs, serve, and do whatever. That all stemmed from Masonic orders, from Masonry. Because it's nothing but building. That's what a Mason does. They build. So, it wasn't, I didn't join it to seek out Christ. I joined it for the actual brotherhood of me being around some OGs that got a cosign for being a real nigga without me having to just always scope a new person. The situation for me being a millennial and in the society that since are in our 30s and becoming in our 30s, it's a lot of us that's some hoe ass niggas out here, bro. Y'all niggas suck, bro. Y'all niggas is hyenas, no lions around, no leaders, dirt balls. So it's just like, I can't be without a man hating on me or not knowing themselves. You feel me? We're becoming, like I say, it's no leader. So for me being around a group with, that even though there's honor among other Masons because of their ranks and levels, they still always meet you on the level. They're always a man first. I could say that, but other than that,
respect thing.
It's a respect thing because, you know what I'm saying? People see your light. People see your growth. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to also, with that saying that we are not devil worshipers at all. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. You were scared. You were too scared to really see for yourself. You let the internet of something that's full of lies dictate your image. I've been talking about God before even hearing this question. So it's just like we don't worship the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil is a low vibration.